Hello my dear students, welcome to the board. What a joy to see you. How was the Math Victory virtual classroom? Good, I'm glad to hear that. Well, in this sub-lesson we're going to talk about concept of expanding bracket. Now what is expanding bracket? Now let's say for example, okay, I give you a bracket. Now inside the bracket, let's see if I to say x plus 2. And then I'm going to multiply that on the outside of the bracket, let's say by 5. Now when I say expanding the bracket, that means I'm distributing the 5 into x and 2. Okay, so we're going to call shooting star method. So in other words, like this right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to distribute 5 to x and 5 to 2. So 5 times x is 5x plus 5 times 2 is 10 right there. And there you go, we expand it. Alright, so it's very important. Okay, let's say for example, if Mr. Mac to give you 2m plus 5. So when I say expand that bracket, okay, in other words, I'm distributing 3 to 2m and 5. See, there's a 2 when the plus and minus is the one separating them into two identities. Okay, so in this case 2m and 5. Alright, okay, so in other words, let's call this like a family 1, family 2. And you're giving shooting stars going to family 1, family 2. So in other words, 3 you're multiplying to 2m. So 3 times 2m plus 3 times 5. So 3 times 2 is 6m plus 3 times 5 is 15 right there. See that? Okay, now let's say for example, if I were to give you 6, let's say u, and then I got u plus 3. Let's say 2u. And close bracket, and I want to distribute 6u into 2u and 3. So we're going to use the shooting star method. Okay, the first one gets it and the second one gets it right there. Alright, so we got 6u times 2u, okay, then 6u times 3, so 6u times 3. Okay, so number and number multiply. 6 times 2 is 12. Variable and variable, okay, you multiply u times u because you got power 1, power 1. The base are identical, so you add the power, so u to the second power, plus number and number, you multiply. 6 times 3, it's 18u. Rewrite that. See that? And that's what you call expanding the bracket. So you got to pay attention how you expand. Now it can be plus or it can be minus. Okay, let's say for example, I could give you, let's say 4, let's say w, and then I put 2w minus 3v like this. And I want to distribute, I want to expand. That means I'm distributing 4w into 2w and 3v. Okay, so we're going to use a shooting star method right there. Right there. Alright, okay. So 4 times 2 is 8. So in other words, I'm taking 4w times 2w minus 4w times 3v. See that? See the negative stays right there. Alright, so that means 4 times 2 is 8. W times w is w squared minus 4 times 3 is 12. wv or vw. You can line it up in a proper sequence. You can do that. Right there. You expand it. Alright, so it's very important, okay? This we call you're distributing, you're expanding it. So in other words, you're distributing 4w into 2w and 3v. Pay attention to the negative. Okay, so let's say for example, if I had 4, let's say 3 u and then minus 2v plus 4. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 families inside the bracket, and each family gets the 4. So that means you're going to have a 3-star shooting star right there. Okay, that means 4 times 3u minus 4 times 2v plus 4 times 4. So 4 times 3 is 12u minus 4 times 2 is 8v plus 4 times 4 is 16. See that? Very important, okay? Expanding them. Alright? Okay, so let's say for example, okay, let's see if I give you this time negative 6 m bracket, let's say 2m minus 3n plus t, and ask you to expand. Before you expand that, ask yourself, how many families inside the bracket? Now this is considered 1, 2, 3, because it's minus separating this two, plus is separating this two. So that means there are 3 of them. So we're going to use the shooting star. So we're going to get 1 for this one for this family, and 1 for that family right there. Now look at this. You got negative 6m you're distributing. So that means you got negative 6m times 2m minus, okay? Now remember, this minus belongs to this, but you're timesing with negative 6. So negative 6m times 3n, see that? Plus negative 6m times t. So negative becomes what? Positive. Make sure you pay attention to that, okay? So 6 times 2 is 12, but there's a negative there. So negative 12, m times m is m squared. Negative, positive, 6 times 3 is 18. mn. Plus and minus becomes minus. 6, there's no number, there's a 1 right there. You just put 6, m times t, mt. Right there. See that? So be careful when you're distributing with a negative number. Alright, with a negative in it. Alright, so negative 6m. Make sure everyone gets it also negative 6m, just not 6m. Negative 6m. So pay attention to that. See that negative become positive. Okay? Right there. Alright? Okay, good. Let Mr. Mac erase the board, and we'll talk more about expanding brackets, and I'll be back in a few seconds. Alright, my dear students, now this time we want to learn how to expand double pair of brackets. What do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, earlier we dealt only with one bracket with the, let's say, a number or term. Okay, let's say, for example, I had, let's say, 3x, and then a bracket is, let's say, 2x plus 4, and then we kind of use the shooting star method. See that? Okay, so 3x times 2x, okay, 3x times 2x, and then plus 3x times 4. Okay, and then number and number you multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. X and x, you know, there's a power of 1, x to the 2 plus 3 times 4 is 12, and then you put an x right there. Alright, okay, now let's say, for example, if I were to give you 2 brackets, how do you do that? Let's say, for example, 1 bracket and then 2 brackets. Then I gave you x plus 2 and then x minus 5, and ask you to expand that, the double bracket. Alright, the pair of brackets here. So we're going to use the sleeping moon method. What is a sleeping moon? Okay, you're still going to use the shooting arrow like this. First arrow go this side, and then you go to the second one goes there. And then you go to the bottom. You go like this, and then like that. Look at that. The moon. Alright? Let Mr. Mac redraw that moon. Sleeping moon right there. Alright, sleeping moon method. See the shape of the sleeping moon? Okay, so the x has been times with that x. So in other words, it's going to be, let's Mr. Mac rewrite that again. So x plus 2 and then x minus 5. Okay, so we're going to use a sleeping moon. So we're going to start with the very first side of it, and then distribute the first one there, and then to the second one there, and then go to the second one to the very first, and then second right there. See that? Okay, so let's start with this. X times x, and then x times negative 5. So negative 5 times x, and then you go to this one. Plus 2 times x, plus 2 times negative 5. Okay? Okay, now let's do that. X times x is x squared, negative 5x, plus 2x, plus and negative 2 times 5 is 10 right there. Alright? Now you can combine this two. Negative 5x plus 2x. In other words, negative 5 apple plus 2 apples. Alright? Okay, so I owe 5, I have 2. So you pay that 2 towards that, oh, you left is what? negative 3. Or another word, 5 minus 2 is 3, and you still owe. See that? Because you owe more than you have. So it becomes negative 3x minus 10x squared, right there. Alright? Let's do another one, okay? Let's say if I give you 2m minus 4, and then I give you m plus 6. So what method we're going to use? Exactly, the sleeping moon, alright? So we're going to shoot the arrow to the first one, and then shoot the arrow to the second one. And then we go down here, shoot the arrow to the first one, shoot the arrow to the second one. Alright? See? The sleeping moon. Alright? So let's start with this. When you shoot the first arrow to the first one, 2m times m. So 2m times m. And then you shoot it to the second one. See, plus right there. So plus 6 times 2m. Alright? And then you start with this one. See, negative 4. Negative 4 times m. Negative 4 times 6 plus 6. See that? So now solve it. 2m times m, 2m squared. 6 times 2, 12m. Because that one 12, and then you put the m back. Negative 4m. Negative and positive will be negative. 4 times 6, 24. Now look at this. This same terms. So that means you can combine this. Alright? Because this is 12m, this is negative 4m. I have 12 and I owe 4. That means 12 minus 4 is 8. So 2m squared plus 8m minus 24. Right there. See that? Pretty easy, isn't it? Very straightforward, okay? Alright, good. Let Mr. Mac erase the board. We'll talk more about this, alright? I'll be back in a few seconds. Alright, my dear students, now let's see, for example, if I had to give you a plus 2 times a minus 2 and ask you to expand that. Now look at this, a and a, 2 and 2, but in this case I put plus and minus. Let's expand that, okay? So we're going to use the shooting star, which forms into a sleeping moon right there. Alright, okay, so let's start with the a. First one, a times a, so a times a, and then a times negative 2, so negative 2a, and then we go to the plus 2, plus 2a, and then plus and minus gives you minus. 2 times 2 gives you 4. Alright? So a times a is a squared. Now look at that, negative 2a plus 2a, what happens? I owe 2, I have 2. That means you just pay them off. It's pretty much gone. Alright? Goes away. Minus 4. Now look at this. I can rewrite this as a squared minus 2 squared. So when you have a plus 2, a minus 2, right there, it's a squared minus 2 squared you'll get. So in other words, if I to expand, let's say for example, u plus 9, u minus 9. So I know it's going to be u squared minus 9 squared. So another word would be u squared minus 81. Let's prove it, okay? So we're going to use the shooting star approach from top and bottom, which is forms a sleeping moon, alright? So u times u, u squared. U times negative 9, negative 9u, okay? Not positive 9 times u, give me positive 9u. Positive 9 times negative 9, give me negative 81. See that? Now look at this. Negative 9u plus 9u cancels out. Left is what? U squared minus 81. U squared minus 81. Right there. Alright? So let's say for example, if I give you 4m minus, let's say 6 times 4m plus 6. So what would that be? Exactly. You square this. 4m, you square that, minus 6, you square that. So that makes it 4 squared, this one 1 and 1, so 1 times 2 is 2, so 4 squared m squared minus c squared. 4 squared will be 16 m squared minus 36. That's what that will be. Alright, now make sure it's 4m, 4m minus plus 6, 6. They're identical except the middle is the minus and plus. So either plus or minus plus will give you that. Now let's expand that. Right there. Use this approach, the sleeping moon approach, okay? So 4m times 4m, 16m squared. Because 4 times 4 is 16, m times m is m squared. Alright? 4m times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. That's a plus right there. So plus 24m. Now let's go to the bottom. Negative 6 times 4, negative 24m. Negative, positive, negative. 6 times 6, 36. Alright? So let Mr. Mac rewrite this over here, okay? So, okay, let me write down over here. So it'll be 16m squared plus 24m minus 24m minus 36. So 16m squared plus 24m minus 24m minus 36 right there. Now look at this. What will happen to this 2? Cancels out. Plus 24m minus 24m cancels out. What is left? 16m squared minus 36. 16m squared minus 36. See that? So if I had to give you, let's say, u minus 5, or even I can say u plus 5. Doesn't matter which way, which direction I say, u plus 5 and then u minus 5. Doesn't matter which arrangement, as long u and u, 5 and 5, minus plus or plus minus. Alright, when you have this pattern, u squared minus 5 squared. Alright, that means u squared minus 25. That's what this will be. Okay, keep in mind. Alright, good. Let Mr. Mac erase the board and we'll do more about expanding brackets, and I'll be back with you in a few seconds. Alright, my dear student, let's say for example, Mr. Mac to give you, let's say 3x plus 2 bracket and I squared it. What does this mean? This squared, I'm repeating this twice and I'm multiplying. In other words, 3x plus 2 times 3x plus 2. That's what that means, right there. See that? Alright, now what do? I expand. Right there, using the sleeping moon method, okay? So you start with this, you put the first arrow, go to that one, and then go to the second one. You go to this one, first arrow, and then go to that one. Alright? So let's start with 3x. 3x, first start with that. 3x. 3x times 3x. 3x times 3x. And then 3x plus 2. So 3x times plus 2, okay? Plus 2 times 3x. Okay, now go to this one. Plus 2 times 3x. And then plus 2 times 2. Okay, because plus and plus is plus. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9, x times x is x squared. Plus 2 times 3 is 6, x. Plus 2 times 3 is 6, x. Plus 4. Look at the middle. You can add this to 6x can be added with the 6x. The same term, identical terms. Alright? That means 6x plus 6x makes it 12x. So I rewrite the rest. And I cannot combine anymore because this is a different term and this one's a different and this one's different. Alright? As long as they're same terms, you can add them. 6x plus 6x makes it 12x. Alright? Because why? This x is x. You can combine them, but you cannot combine with 9x squared and 6x because there's two different terms. Alright? Good, let's do another one. Let's see if I give you 5m minus 4 to the second power. So what does that mean? I'm repeating 5m twice and I'm multiplying it. Alright, so in other words, 5m minus 4 times 5m minus 4. Now I'm expanding it. Alright, now let's expand it. Go to that one, and then go to that one, and then go to that one, and then go to that one. And then follow the line. So 5m times 5m. So 5m times 5m, and then go to the next one. 5m plus and minus will be minus 5m times 4. So 5m times 4. Alright? So now go to this one. Negative and positive is negative. 4 times 5m. So 4 times 5m. Negative and negative, positive. 4 times 4. See that? So now do that. 5 times 5 is 25. M times m, m squared. Negative 5 times 4 is 20. M. Negative 5 times 4 times 5 is 20. M. Plus 4 times 4 is 16. Now look at this too. Negative 20m, negative 20m. You're combining. I owe more. So it becomes negative 40m. And I rewrite this back. 25m squared plus 16. Right there. Right there. Okay? Pretty easy, isn't it? Straightforward. Alright, my dear students. Let's do some hands-on practice, okay? That's the best way to put what you learn into practice, alright? Alright, let's see what Pablo's doing. Alright, Pablo. He's busy putting some hands-on practice. Alright, my dear student, let Mr. Mac erase the board and then we'll call Pablo. And we'll have some fun with the hands-on practice. And I'll be back within a few seconds. Alright, my dear students, are you ready for some hands-on practice? I know you are. Mr. Mac's excited because you're going to have some hands-on practice. Everything that you learn, alright? Alright, let's call Pablo. Pablo, come on over, my dear Pablo, come on over. Alright, Pablo, our dear students are ready for some hands-on practice. Alright, my dear students, Pablo's going to hand over the worksheet to you. The moment you get the worksheet, be sure to pause the video and then have fun with it. Once you're done, invite Mr. Mac in so we can work together. Alright, here it is, have fun. Alright, how was it? Pretty easy, isn't it? Alright, let's do it together. Okay, good. The first one, okay, the first question asks you, expand the following expression. Alright, so 1a. So we're going to expand. So 1a, you're given 5 times everything inside the bracket, which is 3m minus 6. So what method we're going to use? Exactly, we're going to use the shooting star method, alright? So we're going to go 1 and then 2 right there. So we're going to times 5 with 3m and then we're going to times 5 with negative 6, okay? Pay attention to this negative and positive. So 5 times 3 is 15m. And then I'm going to times 5 with negative 6. Plus and negative is negative. 5 times 6 is 30 right there. Alright? Pretty easy, isn't it? Straightforward. Okay, let's do B. Now B, you're given negative 7 and then you're timesing everything inside the bracket. 2u minus 8v. Now negative and positive give you negative. 7 times 2 is 14u. Alright, now what's Mr. Mac forgot to show you do? The shooting star, alright? Because Mr. Mac's so used to it, that's why I'm skipping. After a while, once you get used to it, you don't have to put this shooting star. Right away you know your time saying it. But at the beginning, do this. So this way you will know that you're distributing negative 7 to 2u and negative 7 to negative 8v. Alright, so negative, positive, negative. 7 times 2, 14. Then you put u. Negative, negative, positive. So 7 times 8 is 56. Okay, 56v right there. Alright, so now let's go to C. Okay, C, you're given 8r and you're multiplying everything inside the bracket, which is 2r minus 4s minus 3t. There are 3 terms, so 3 family. All 3 of them going to get 8r. See that? All 3 of them. So each of them will get 8r, alright? So 8 times 2, 16. R times r squared. Plus and minus, minus. 8 times 4, 32. R times s, rs. See that? 8 times 3, but first negative. Positive and negative is negative. 8 times 3, 24. R times t, rt. Right there. I know, it's very easy, straightforward. Okay, good. Now let's do D. Now D, you're given negative 3 over 4a times 12a minus 8b. Again, we're distributing, alright? So use the arrow method right there, shooting arrow. Alright? Negative and positive, it's negative. So 3 over 4 times 12. So we're going to 3 over 4 times 12. A times a squared. Negative, negative, positive. 3 over 4 times 8. 3 over 4 times 8. A times b, ab. Now we're going to simplify. Look at this is over 1. Alright? Over 1. So I can divide this by 4, I can divide this by 4. And this will becomes 1 and this will becomes 12 divided by 4, 3. Double arrow method. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 1 is 1. A squared. 9 over 1 a squared. Plus, so I can simplify between these two. I can, this is 8 over 1. I can divide 4 by 4. I can divide 8 by 4. So this one becomes 1 and this one becomes 2. I use the double arrow method. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. AB. So 9 over 1 is 9a squared plus 6ab right there. You got it? Good job. Good job. Alright, let's do problem 2. Problem 2 also says expand the following expression. Okay? Now this time we got double pair brackets. We got double brackets. Okay, so we got pair of brackets. Okay, so 2a, you're given x plus y, 2x minus y. So you got 2 brackets you're multiplying. You're expanding with the 2 brackets. So what method we're going to use? We're still going to use a shooting arrow. Alright, and we're going to create a sleeping moon. We're going to shoot the arrow on the top and the bottom. See that? Top and the bottom. See, now it becomes the sleeping moon right there. So x times 2x will give you 2x squared, because x times x is x squared. X plus and minus gives you minus. X times y, xy. You did the top part. Now let's do the bottom part. Y plus and plus, plus. Y times x, 2x will give me 2xy. Plus and minus, minus. Y times y, y squared. Now look at this. These are two the same terms. xy, xy. That means I can combine them. 2xy minus xy or negative xy plus 2xy gives me plus xy. So I rewrite the 2x squared and minus y squared. I combine this. Give me that. Alright? That's it. Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. Alright. B. B, you're given 3m minus 2 times 4n minus 3. We got 2 brackets. We're expanding the 2 brackets. Again, when you got 2 brackets, we could still use the shooting arrow. But we're going to do the top and the bottom. When we do the top and bottom, that creates a sleeping moon. So 3m times 4n gives me 3 times 4 is 12. M times n, mn. Now we're going to go to the second arrow. Negative, positive and negative give me negative. 3 times 3 gives me 9. M. See that? Alright? And then negative and positive give me negative. 2 times 4, 8. N. Negative and negative give me positive. 2 times 3, 6. So make sure you follow the arrow, alright? And you will get it right. Once you set up the arrow right, alright, all these shooting lines, alright, shooting arrows. And then when you do that, okay, can I combine these two? No, this is M, this is N. I cannot combine. So the answer is 12mn minus 9m minus 8n plus 6 right there. That's your answer. Alright? Okay, good. Let's do C. C, you're given 5u minus 3 times 4u plus 2. Again, we're going to use the shooting arrow on the top and the bottom. We're going to start this one, distributed that, and then distributed that. And then we're going to go to this one, distributed this, and distributed that. See, that forms the sleeping moon. So let's start with the 5u. 5u times 4u. 5 times 4, 20. U times u, u squared. So we did the first one. Go to the second one. Plus and plus will give me plus. 5 times 2, 10. Bring the u back. Negative and positive, negative. 3 times 4, 12. U. Negative and positive, negative. 3 times 2, 6. Right there. Now look at this. I can combine these two because they're same terms. 10u minus 12u. I owe more than I have. Because see that you owe more, negative 12 and plus 10. That means it's going to be negative still. So 12 minus 10 is what? 2. So it's going to be, I still owe, so it's going to be negative 2u. Okay, then I'm going to rewrite this back. 20u squared minus 6. Bring it back. Right there. That's your answer. You got it? Good job. Good job. I'm so proud of you. Alright, let Mr. Mac erase the board and we'll do problem number 3. And I'll be back in a few seconds. Alright, my dear student, ready for problem number 3? Okay, let's do it. Okay, 3. Expand the following expression. Now remember this one, it's going to be the plus and the minus, the sum and the minus, okay, of the same terms, alright? What I mean by the same, let's say for example, so 3a, let's put that v plus 4, v minus 4. See that? v, 4, 4, plus and minus. And what? How do we do the problem like that? Straight away we know that it's going to be v squared minus 4 squared. When you have like this pattern right there, so which is v squared minus 16. You don't have to waste your time in expanding them. Right away. Whenever you have like this. So let's go to b. b, you're given 2u plus 5, 2u minus 5. See, the same. Except plus, summing and subtracting. So what do? You take 2u, you square that. Minus 5, you square that. So that makes it 2u times 2u, which is 4u squared minus 25. That's your answer. I know. Alright, okay, let's do C. C, you're given r minus 4s, r plus 4s. Now doesn't matter as long as you r, 4s minus plus or plus minus, doesn't matter which arrangement, as long as you got minus plus or plus minus. Okay, so it's going to be r squared minus 4s squared. So that makes it r squared minus 4s times 4s, 16s squared. Like that. That's it. Okay, good. Alright, so let's do problem 4. Okay, problem 4. You're given 4a. Given is a plus 7 squared. That means you're repeating that a plus 7 twice and you're multiplying it. Okay, you're repeating this bracket twice. Remember, this whole thing is squared. Okay, that's why you're repeating this twice. So you got two brackets. So a plus 7 and a plus 7. And we're going to use the shooting arrow. We're going to expand it. Alright, so make sure the top and the bottom. So that forms the sleeping moon. A times a squared. 8 times plus 7. See that? Plus plus become plus. 8 times 7 is 7a. Plus plus plus. 7 times a, 7a. Plus plus plus. 7 times 7, 49. Now look at this. You're going to combine that. So it becomes 14a. 7a plus 7a, 14a plus a squared plus 49. Right there. So let's do B. Okay? So B, you're given 5g. 5g minus 2h squared. We're going to repeat this twice and we're going to multiply. So put two brackets. So 5g minus 2h, 5g minus 2h. Okay? So we're going to use the shooting arrow. First on the top one and then the bottom one. Right there. So let's start with 5g. 5g times 5g, 5 times 5, 25. G times g, g squared. Then let's go to the second one. Plus and minus, give me minus. 5 times 2 is 10. G times h, gh. Negative times positive, negative. 2 times 5, 10. H times g, gh. Negative times negative, positive. 2 times 2, 4. H times h, h squared. See that? Now look at this. This one I can combine. Negative 10 gh, negative 10 gh. I owe more. See that? That means I'm going to be negative 20 gh. Then I'm going to rewrite this. 25 g squared plus 4h squared. Right there. Okay? Alright, let's do C. Okay, C. You're given negative x minus 3y squared. I'm going to repeat this twice. Okay, how about we do this? Okay, Mr. Mac can do it right here. Okay, let's do it right there. C, okay? So we got negative x minus 3y squared. Okay, we're going to repeat this twice. Alright, so it's going to be negative x minus 3y, negative x minus 3y. So we're going to use the shooting arrow method right there. Make sure you do the top and the bottom. Okay, so negative and negative will become positive. X times x, x squared. Negative and negative, positive. X times 3y, 3xy. Negative and negative, positive. 3y times x, 3xy. Negative and negative, positive. 3 times 3 is 9. Y times y, y squared. Now look at this. I can combine this two. 3xy plus 3xy, 6xy. Now just rewrite this. Right there. You got it? Right there. Very straightforward, okay? Just understand how to expand them. When you have single term or the double brackets. Make you use the shooting arrow method, okay? If it's a double brackets on the top and the bottom, create the shooting arrow. The top and the bottom. Pay attention to the plus and minus when you times them. Okay? Plus times positive times negative, it's negative. Positive times positive is positive. Negative times negative is positive. Negative times positive is negative. Max's first law. Alright? Alright, my dear students. This is the end of the sub lesson, okay? And here is Pablo saying it's time for quiz. Yes, Pablo. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you for daring us too. He just dared us. He said, make sure you do the quiz. And make sure you take the dare. And do the quiz. And then come back, join Mr. Mac on the next sub lesson. And I'll be here waiting for you. Because you're the best. And you deserve the best. And Mr. Mac always will bring the best. And remember, it's coming from the best. Bye-bye.